There's something that has never left my head, and I want you to think about. Was it in your secondary school that you had a popular guy, or in the university? Where's the guy now? Most of them, when you met them after, you were like, how did I respect this in the first place? The things you're running after are shadows. And I can say that without ambiguity, because if they are real, they will run after you. They will run after you. So the most important thing in your life is your purpose. You shouldn't even get married without understanding your purpose. Somebody asked me, Pastor, how old should I be to get married? It may be 100 years old until you understand your purpose. Because you shouldn't go and involve someone in your life when you don't even know where you're going. And God has called us into different walks of life. In administration, in government, in the media. It's your calling. That was Daniel's calling. Daniel saw about 4 kings. He didn't die. Do you know the magi that came to look at the stars of Jesus? They were actually magicians, but the influence of Daniel had so much affected people in that region. See the influence of Moses. So don't have that mentality that until I'm an evangelist, they ordained me, I'm not called. No, you've been called. That's your calling. That's why when I see a young person who is not serious with their job, I am so bothered for you. In your office, some of you, all you're looking at is, oh, they didn't pay us. Oh, the boss, you didn't see it as your calling. That's why it's only your boss that is paying you. God ought to pay you. See, there are some things your boss can't stop. Number 1, relevance, impact, indelible ones that God will give you. Things that God will give you solutions for. If they take you out of that place, nothing will work. Because when God counts you faithful, He puts you in a place. Some means they are calling because they choose popularity over purpose. That's the problem. You want to follow the crowd. Check the Bible from Genesis to Revelation. The crowd was never right. Many of us still don't learn from it. The crowd was never right. Broad is the way that leads to hell. Narrow is the way that tells you a few. God is the God of the remnant. So if you are the type that is always seeking clouds, you will miss purpose. If you don't know the purpose of a thing, you don't ask a thing. You ask the manufacturer. You don't go to a thing and say, excuse me, what's your purpose? Or you go to another thing and say, what's the purpose of that thing? I am a thing, you are a thing, then I come to you. What do you think about? What do you think is my purpose? Do you think I'm brilliant? Do you think I'm having impact? That doesn't mean we can have feedback, but feedback should sit on purpose. You must allow feedbacks to come in, but let them land on the foundation of purpose and say, well, the reason why you are giving me that feedback and the reason why you think the way you think is because you don't know why I'm here. If you knew why. Do you know you can fry eggs on the pressing iron? Try when you get home. Put butter on the iron. Break eggs on it. Make sure you plugged it for a while. It's going to fry. Turn it. Put some spices. Is that the purpose? No. You are even underutilizing it. Are you following what I'm trying to say? So the fact that something can do something, you have the capacity, doesn't mean, listen, once you understand your purpose, you don't answer every question. And you don't follow the crowd. Sometimes, in fact, ask most successful people, is a lonely road. Success is finding purpose and fulfilling it. So you could never be a successful person if you didn't understand your purpose. It will save you from the spirit of competition. Listen, if I understood that I'm a person I'm supposed to pound yam, I will never envy firewood because it brings out fire. The two of us are wood. Come on, I'm talking better than you are responding to me. I will never, because the moment I enter that fire, my purpose ends. You will never ever fulfill destiny if you don't really understand. In fact, you can't develop what God has given to you when you are looking at other people's stuff. You will not value what you have, and if you don't value what you have, there is no way you can invest in something you don't value. That is the problem with a lot of people. Accolades of men. If you're looking for the approval of men, you will never follow God.